Let me ask you something. Do your feet feel cold, even when the room is warm? You put on socks, maybe even 2 pairs, and still, they never seem to warm up. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. In my clinic, I hear this all the time. I can't get my feet warm, doctor. No matter what I do, they stay cold. And here's what most people don't realize. Cold feet after 60 are usually not about the temperature. They're about circulation. And today, I'm going to show you something simple. A 5-minute routine that helps your body do what it was designed to do. Warm your feet naturally. No medication, no complicated equipment. Just simple movements that wake your circulation back up. Why your feet feel cold after 60. To understand how to fix the problem, we first need to understand why it happens. Because your body is not the same as it was at 30. Let's start with circulation. As we age, our blood vessels become less flexible. They don't expand as easily. They don't push blood as efficiently, especially to the farthest parts of your body. And your feet are the farthest. That means less warm blood reaching your feet. And less warmth means that constant cold feeling. But that's only part of the story. There's also your muscles. When you were younger, you moved more, you walked more, you stood more. And every time you moved, your muscles helped pump blood through your body. We call this the muscle pump. But after 60, many people sit longer, move less. And when the muscles stop helping, blood flow slows down even more. Now, there's one more factor that many people overlook: your nerves. As we age, our nerve sensitivity can change. Sometimes your feet may feel cold, even when they're not actually cold to the touch. It's a signal issue, not just a temperature issue. So when you put all of this together, reduced blood flow, less muscle activity, changes in nerve sensitivity, it creates the perfect condition for cold feet. And here's the key insight I want you to remember. Cold feet after 60 are usually a circulation problem, not a temperature problem. Now, before we talk about the solution, we need to talk about something important. What most people do actually makes the problem worse. Mistake number 1, sitting for too long. When you sit, especially for extended periods, your blood flow slows down even more. Your feet become the lowest point, and blood tends to pool instead of circulate. Mistake number 2, wearing tight socks. Now, this one surprises a lot of people because socks feel warm. But if they're too tight, they can restrict circulation. And instead of helping, they actually make your feet colder. Mistake number 3, using very hot water. It feels good at first, but extreme heat can cause your blood vessels to react in ways that reduce circulation afterward, especially if done repeatedly. And finally, ignoring the signal. Cold feet are not random. They are your body trying to tell you something. And instead of forcing warmth from the outside, we need to restore flow from the inside. So here's what I want to show you. A simple 5-minute routine. You can do it at home. No equipment, no strain. And it works because it follows your body's natural design. We're not trying to heat your feet. We're trying to wake them up, to activate your muscles, stimulate your nerves, and improve your blood flow. And when that happens, warmth follows naturally. Now, let's begin with the first step. It's simple, but it's more powerful than most people expect. Step 1. Gentle foot activation. Let's start with the first step, and I want you to think of this not as exercise, but as a gentle wake-up call for your feet. Because for many seniors, your feet have been quiet for too long. Not enough movement, not enough stimulation. So, we're going to change that. How to do it? Sit comfortably in a chair, feet flat on the floor, back supported. Now, look at your toes and slowly curl them downward. Hold for a moment, then release. Now, spread them apart as much as you can. And repeat this slowly. Curl, release, spread. Don't rush. This is not about speed. It's about connection. You're waking up muscles that haven't been used enough. And more importantly, you're sending signals through your nerves. Remember what we talked about earlier? Your feet don't just need blood flow. They need communication. Why this works? When you move your toes, even gently, you activate small muscles in your feet. And those muscles help push blood through tiny vessels. At the same time, your nerves become more responsive. And that combination begins to change how your feet feel. Many of my patients tell me they start to feel a slight warmth, even after just 1 minute. Not hot, not dramatic, but noticeable. And that's exactly what we want. Now here's something important. Don't force your toes. If they feel stiff or don't move much, that's okay. Just do what you can. Because over time, movement returns. Consistency matters more than range. Step 2. Ankle circulation pump. Now let's move to the second step. This is where things start to shift more noticeably. Because now, we're activating a larger system. Your ankles and your lower legs. How to do it? Sit in the same position. Lift one foot slightly off the ground and slowly rotate your ankle in a circular motion, clockwise for a few seconds. Then reverse, counterclockwise. Now switch to the other foot and repeat. After that, point your toes forward, then pull them back toward you. Forward and back, slowly, controlled. Why this works? This step activates what we call the muscle pump. Your calf muscles act like a natural pump that helps push blood back up toward your heart. When you move your ankles, you're activating that pump. And when that pump starts working again, blood doesn't just sit in your feet, it circulates. And when blood circulates properly, warmth follows. Not because you forced it, but because your body restored it. Real experience. I had a patient once who told me his feet were always cold at night. We didn't change his medication. We didn't add anything complicated. We just added this movement. Within a week, he told me, his feet felt alive again. That's the word he used, alive. Safety note. If you feel dizzy or uncomfortable, stop. This should feel gentle, not strained, and always stay seated for this step. Now, your feet are starting to wake up. Your circulation is beginning to move. But we're not done yet, because the next step adds something very important. Direct stimulation. Step 3. Seated foot massage. Now that your circulation is starting to move, we're going to add something more direct. Touch. Because sometimes your feet don't just need movement. They need to be reminded that they're still part of the conversation. Let's begin. How to do it. Sit comfortably. Lift one foot and place it gently over your opposite knee, or as high as is comfortable. Now, use your hands to gently rub the bottom of your foot, from the heel to the toes. Slow, steady pressure. Not too hard, just enough to feel it. Then, use your thumbs to make small circular motions. Focus on areas that feel tight or less sensitive. And don't forget the toes. Gently squeeze and release each one. Why this works? Massage does two important things. First, it increases local blood flow. By gently pressing and releasing, you're encouraging blood to move through small vessels. Second, it stimulates your nerves, and that matters more than most people think. Because when nerves are stimulated, your brain becomes more aware of your feet, and that awareness can change how warmth is perceived. What you may feel. At this point, many people begin to notice something subtle, a slight tingling, a gentle warmth, or simply a sense that their feet feel more present. That's a good sign. Step 4. Warm compression. Now we add warmth, but not the kind that shocks your system, the kind that supports it. How to do it? Take a soft towel, soak it in warm water, not hot, warm. Then gently wrap it around your feet. Let it sit for about a minute. This step helps your blood vessels relax. It allows them to open slightly and improve circulation. But here's something very important. Safety warning. If you have diabetes or reduced sensation in your feet, always test the temperature first, because you may not feel heat the way you used to, and burns can happen more easily than you think. So keep it warm, not hot. Why this works. Unlike extreme heat, gentle warmth supports circulation. It works with your body, not against it. And when combined with movement, it becomes much more effective. Step 5. Standing micro-movement. Now we come to the final step, and this one brings everything together. How to do it. Stand up near a stable surface, a chair, a counter, something you can hold if needed. Now, slowly raise your heels so you're standing on your toes. Hold for a moment, then lower back down. Repeat this slowly. You can also shift your weight from one foot to the other, or gently rock forward and back. Small movements, but powerful ones. Why this works. This activates your entire lower body, your feet, your ankles, your calves, and together they create a strong pumping effect, pushing blood down and pulling it back up. This is what your body was designed to do, and when you restore that movement, you restore that function. What you may notice. At this point, many people feel a noticeable difference. Their feet feel warmer, lighter, more responsive. Not because of one step, but because all 5 steps work together. Now you've done the full routine. But there's one more thing you need to understand. When cold feet are normal, and when they're not. When cold feet is a warning sign. Now, before we finish, there's something I want you to understand. Cold feet are common, but sometimes they're not just a comfort issue. They can be a signal, a warning from your body. You should pay closer attention if your cold feet come with numbness, tingling, pain when walking, or a change in color, especially blue or pale tones. These may be signs of poor circulation, nerve damage, or underlying health conditions. And in those cases, this routine helps, but it is not enough. That's when you need to speak with a doctor. because early attention can prevent much bigger problems later. Daily habits to keep your feet warm. Now let's talk about what you can do beyond this routine, because what you do every day matters just as much. First, move more often. Even small movements throughout the day keep your circulation active. Second, stay hydrated. Your blood needs fluid to flow properly. Third, choose the right footwear. Not too tight, not too loose. Comfortable and supportive. Fourth, avoid sitting too long. Every hour, even a short walk, can make a difference. These are simple things, but together they protect your circulation and your independence. I want to leave you with something simple. Your feet carry you through life. Every step you take depends on them. And when they start to feel cold or disconnected, it's not just physical. It's your body asking for attention. Not in a loud way, but in a quiet, consistent signal. And the good news is, you can respond. Not with fear, but with small, intentional actions. Like the routine you learned today. 5 minutes. That's all it takes to begin restoring something important. Warmth, circulation, and connection to your own body. Because staying warm is not just about comfort. It's about staying active. And staying active means staying independent. So tonight, take 5 minutes. Try this routine and notice how your body responds. If this helped you, stay with me. I share simple, practical guidance like this to help you stay strong, safe, and independent as the years go on. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next video.